My name is Aneta Platek-Milczarek. I come from Poland and I gained 2 years postdoc experience at ETH. This year I co-founded a startup, Unbound Potential, which is located in Tallinn.
My name is Alex Antis. I'm half Swiss, half Greek. I grew up on the island of Corfu in Greece until the age of 18.
My name is Marcy Zenobi Wong. I was born in Houston, Texas in the United States. I am currently a professor in the Department of Health Sciences and Technology at ETH Zurich.
I'm Katrin, I'm 22 years old and I'm from Luxembourg, and I'm currently studying environmental engineering at ETH, and I just started my master's now.
Currently we are in Zurich and in ETH, where I work as a postdoc slash project leader, where I try to bring my own startup to life.
My lab is concentrating on a topic called tissue engineering. So we're trying to grow tissues in vitro, and these tissues will be used to treat medical problems.
The Weltist is a company, is a startup that we are trying to build that actually tries to bring concrete solutions to one of the most detrimental problems of surgery existing nowadays.
Unbound Potential is working on the long-duration energy storage systems to help and to enable the green energy transition in Switzerland and in Europe. As a scientist, I always admire the work environment, efficiency, and also the quality of work.
I did not intend to visit Switzerland for my studies. I wanted to become a professional tennis player.
My motivation to come to Switzerland was my husband, who is from Zurich, actually.
I was looking for a challenge. That's also a reason why I chose ETH. And I saw that they also integrated the scientific and engineering part already in the bachelor's program. And yeah, that kind of made that I chose ETH.
If working in academia, working in science, only with the best. So that's why I couldn't resist and I just applied. I think the most important from my personal perspective, it's a sense of freedom and tolerance. You could take challenges professionally, personally, you can go to Via Ferrata, you can found a startup, but all the time you feel supported. There's a lot of initiatives and you really feel that you can try and you can really go out of your comfort zone to develop.
I would say Switzerland roughly offers everything there is to offer in order to materialize what you might be interested in doing from a creative standpoint. And this is no little task.
What I really like about working in Switzerland is there's a strong commitment to basic science.
I would say this openness for foreigners, I would highlight it like the biggest thing that it's advantage of Switzerland among other countries.
People are very proud to be Swiss and of their country and the stability they have within their borders and their infrastructure, and I find this quite inspiring, even though I'm a big supporter of the EU, but that also was why I wanted to come here, because I was like, how can a country in the middle of Europe be not part of the EU? But now I quite start to understand. I think it's mostly just their direct political system, which would be very hard to integrate in a European Union, let's say, where like other institutions are deciding on certain laws and not the people themselves.
In Switzerland, I find that it's very calm and peaceful. And even though still having challenges, still working hard, we have also time for ourselves, for our lives. So this work-life balance, I would even call it life-work balance, it's really well maintained.
What I also really appreciate is the academic freedom. So if you think of something or you read something and it inspires you to come up with a new solution, you can really implement it it's a wonderful place to do research because there's so much support and the facilities are really outstanding. And I've been to many places in the world where you don't have these kinds of conditions. So I think it's a very, very privileged environment.
One of the hardest aspects was the organization that was needed in order to get all the tasks done, especially in a language that I was not used to and a culture I was not used to. My wish is that all of this immigration is seen truly as an investment that can actually have its risks, yes, but also a huge upside.
The residence permit has to be extended every year, whereas these steps could be made easier, especially for students where they have to study at least 3 years. Why don't you give us a residence permit for 3 years?
I would say that all difficulties which I faced were not related to Switzerland itself. It was related to overall relocation, a new work environment, new rules, new even office mate and let's say group rules, which could happen everywhere.
Probably because of my appearance. I mean, I'm a Chinese American. That I think I'm perceived when people see me on the streets as a foreigner. And I actually, even though I've been in Switzerland more than 30 years, I still feel kind of foreign. Even though I really, really like it here. It's not that I feel like it's completely my home.
Switzerland has such a high quality of life that you cannot find something comparable. And but I still want to explore a bit more of the world. So I think I'll just leave Switzerland for some time, and when I'm ready to settle down, I might come back.
For me, Switzerland these days seems like the greatest playground ever. It's a playground which allows me to test things that make my imagination be excited, test my creativity.
I mean, with my husband, we are working hard to make it possible and to also be a part of society, not just to be here and use its all opportunities, but we try to also create opportunities for others and support them locally.
So I'm for sure here until I retire, and if there was something that I wish could change, is that there's a very strict retirement age in Switzerland, and I completely understand that it's important to make space for the younger generation. But I also feel that at 65, I will still have a huge amount of energy and motivation to work on projects that I don't think will be finished or goals that won't have been reached. So after 65, I might consider going somewhere else where I can still work.
I find that the most exciting part of my life is yet in front of me, and I cannot see this part being played anywhere else than in a big part of it here.
So yes, I would like to stay here.